Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Intro to Folklore. I'm very glad to have you all in this class. My name is Dr. Horrigan. I'm the instructor for the course, so I'll be guiding you through our bi-term online adventure in folk studies. So just to get started, to tell you a little bit about myself and the topic of the course, I am a folklorist. My background is actually in English, so I was got into folklore through my interest in narrative and literature. So I'm particularly interested in those areas of folklore, but have also come to love a lot of the other kind of diverse things that we get to study in this field. In general, we'll learn a lot more about this, but folklore and folk studies is the area that covers the study of everyday life. So essentially the kinds of informal, creative things that people do, ordinary people do in their everyday lives. So that could be things like telling stories, singing songs, creating food, making things, but things that are sort of informally learned, informally shared, that say something about a person or a group, expresses something about their beliefs, their culture. So we'll be learning much more about this together, especially in this first week as we sort of work through some common definitions and terms and concepts to help us kind of get grounded in this field. So just to give you a little bit of an overview of how the course will work, you will be accessing everything through our Blackboard site. So every one of you should, as of this morning around 10 o'clock, every one of you should have access to that site. And you'll find everything you need there. In the first page will usually have announcements, but then in that left-hand navigational menu, you'll be able to find your weekly readings, your quizzes, your discussion board posts, information about other major assignments, and probably most importantly for right now, your syllabus. So if you'll need to take a look at that document today, preferably at least some point this week. Make sure you look over the course policies and resources. Look over my contact information, the information for Chloe Brown, who is our graduate assistant instructor, and who has also posted an introductory video for you all to watch this week. And you'll find some good helpful information there, as well as a detailed schedule for each week that we're in this course together. So from now essentially through spring break. So you'll see for each week you have specific lecture titles on the syllabus. You'll find those lectures again on Blackboard. So each week you'll go and you'll look through those PowerPoint slides, read through the information and examples that are included there. Sometimes there'll be something like a video included, a link, and you'll also find occasionally questions for reflection or kind of thought exercises, things to get you to think through and apply some of the concepts and terms that we're learning. In general, unless you're instructed otherwise, those kinds of questions for reflection and application are things that you're doing independently. So they're just like if we were in a face-to-face classroom, the kinds of things that I might pose for discussion. So those are not assignments that you're turning in. They're just things that you're sort of thinking through and perhaps writing through in your own notes, right? Examples to kind of help you apply and learn the concepts. So that's how you're approaching the lectures. And you're also each week going to find on that syllabus specific readings that you need to complete. Those may be in the required textbook, the Living Folklore textbook, which you should have seen hopefully in the bookstore, and also the information about is on your syllabus as well. So you might have readings from the textbook. We will also have supplemental readings that are available on Blackboard. So you can find those in the Blackboard, in the readings folder that's on Blackboard. You will also find in that left-hand column some weekly assignments that are due. So you'll find links to a quiz, a reading quiz that we'll have each week, and you'll have a link to a discussion post. So each week you'll complete a short reading quiz, a few questions that'll be online based on your readings for the week, and you'll complete a discussion board post, again, asking you to make some connections between readings, lectures, and kind of concepts in general. So detailed instructions for the discussion board posts are available under the assignments tab on the left-hand side of your menu. So you can see exactly what's expected of you for those weekly postings. I'm asking you to follow some basic guidelines to create your own original post, and then also to respond to a classmate. And then again, the reading quizzes will be a few short questions each week, and you will find some instructions under that link about how to take the quiz. You'll notice that it is a timed quiz, so just make sure you're aware once you log in and see the question, there's no going back. You have to complete it at that point. So make sure before you access the quiz that you're prepared. You've completed the reading and you're prepared to take it. Okay. A couple other bigger kind of picture things looking forward. You will have a major research assignment in the class. It's an exciting assignment. I hope that it's something that you'll have fun with. It's based on ethnographic fieldwork, which means instead of doing research in the library, you'll be out talking to people, observing people. It's a fun project. You'll end up writing a paper about some of your observations about a particular group. We're going to talk in much more detail about that next week, so you'll have some readings geared towards that, and I'll address it more in my video next week. And you also will have a final exam at the end of our term that will cover material from the readings and the lectures, as well as the couple videos that we will that are assigned throughout the semester. So a couple other just final things to note for today. You'll find my office hours posted under instructor information as well as on the syllabus. I'm in my office in FAC 235 from 10 to 12 on Mondays. If you need to try to make an appointment with me for another time, I welcome you to do that as well. And please feel free to stop by and just introduce yourself, say hello, or if you have particular questions or if you just would like to chat about anything that you're learning in the course, I welcome you to come and do that. Just make sure I don't have any other things I needed to include in this first video. I think that's all for today. So, there is one more thing. So one more thing I wanted to ask is just this week as a sort of check-in, roll call, if you will, to make sure everyone's accessing the information okay and accessing the Blackboard site and getting all the information. I'd like to ask you to just do a very quick kind of introductory email. So just shoot me an email. Please, if you will, copy Chloe Brown on it as well, our graduate assistant. Both of our email addresses are on the syllabus. And just send us a quick email, just a couple lines telling us something about yourself. So it could be where you're from, maybe your interest in the course, or just a fun fact, something, hobby, a pet, family member, something that tells us a little bit about you so we can start to get to know you. And also kind of lets me know that all the channels of communication are working okay. So again, just sometime this week in the next few days, please send me that short email introducing something about yourself. Copy Chloe on the email as well so she can start to get to know you too. And we both really look forward to working with you this semester and introducing you to the wonderful world of folk studies. Take care all. Have a good week.